Welcome back to another episode of DnD Dungeons and Dummies. That's apparently the name that we agreed on. Let's talk about what happened last session. It's been a little while, so you're going to need an update. Last session, you entered the Dungeon of the Dead 3. Yes, Ethan, I'm taking questions.
I'm unconscious.
You entered the Dungeon of the Dead 3 after being told to go there by a spy informant, and you were currently on task. You had roughly 48 hours to begin with. You were sent in by the Flaming Fist Captain Zodge, and he's got some people patrolling the town. Some of his thugs are patrolling the town, just making sure that you're staying on duty. You've all got your flaming badge bist. Flaming badge bist? Flaming badge.
Yo, I love me some flaming badge.
Flaming fist badges. Oof. To show that you're honorary members, at least until you get this job done. You found your way into a bathhouse. Some of you took a bath. Some of you fought to the death. And then you ended up going down underground and exploring about halfway through this dungeon and discovering why it was called the Dungeon of the Dead 3, because they worshipped 3 different gods. And you came across some pretty brutal stuff. You also fought a character from the last campaign, reincarnate as a avatar of Baal. Then from there, you almost got wiped out by him. And then once you felt nice and good, Roger went off to the side, couldn't smell that the room was filled with sulfur, and decided to put off a couple of sparkles that inevitably blew up the entire room. And then you were chased out by a bunch of skeleton rats. Last thing that happened is some of you passed a perception check. Who passed that perception check? Do we remember?
Well, it will be in the logs.
Yes.
Yoll rolled a 15, Silas rolled a 14, Buru rolled a nat 20.
Yeah.
And then the other 2 rolled manually, so I don't know.
You don't.
No. So given that Roger's unconscious, obviously he can't perceive anything other than the grip of potential death. Though you are stabilized.
Yes, sir.
So Buru and Yoll, the last thing that happened was that you looked over. Oh, let me bring myself to the bathhouse here. You looked over to the fountain, and you noticed a weird movement above the fountain. But you don't really see anything. You just kind of see the space and the air shifting around. Also, I wanted to set the scene. Now that you guys are out of here, it is a little bit past dusk. The air is getting a little bit crisp, and it's a bit darker, obviously, than when you went in. So that is the last thing that you saw as you have run out and blockaded the door. So that's what you've got. Carry on, my wayward sons.
You're not my dad.
Gotta unpause the game, sir.
Why? You have to tell me what you're doing anyways.
I guess you don't have to. Just
also, Yoll is dragging Roger at this point, correct?
No, I've got him like tied up with rope and I'm backpacking it.
I'm carrying with both in my arms Klim. Yeah.
You're carrying him, but I weigh 500 pounds and Roger weighs 300 pounds. So
I guess I'm gonna. Everyone, look at the fountain. Look at the top. What is that? I'm just gonna tell everyone to have a look.
Can I insight check that?
No,
you're fucking unconscious.
What do you mean inside check? I rolled a nat 20.
But he doesn't know that. So when you say that, you actually see this kind of shimmering movement. It just fades down behind the back of this fountain nymph that is, as I described before, there's a stone nymph on the top of this fountain. And you see the kind of movement just fade behind.
I want to reach at it.
You're going to reach?
Yeah.
So this thing is. Oh, Jesus! I just realized. I need to-
Roll for initiative.
So 1 sec. So this statue is so because it's a fountain, so you've got about a 3-foot brim, the stone brim, and then the nymph structure in the center is about 6 feet on top of that. So it's about a 9-foot distance to the top.
Okay, so I'll climb on the bowl. I'll
Okay.
put Roger down. I'll climb on the bowl, and I want to reach it.
Okay. What you see when you get back there is actually a red face of a very small creature standing on the other side of the bowl. Or rather, you can't really see that it's standing there, but if you could kind of in your head design the remainder of this thing's body, it's just the face floating about a foot above the bowl, and you see a little hand come up to its face, and it just goes shh, and it beckons to you.
I'm listening.
And you see it kind of like scurries up, just the face is visible, and it scurries up to you, and it says, I can help you. I can fix your friend.
A robot?
Yeah. We don't have a
I'm
lot
good.
of time. Oh, well then I can get rid of that for you. And he points to the badge that you're wearing. He says, you'll have no obligations anymore to them. When you leave the gate, just stay about 10 feet behind. And then his face fades. And you just see this shimmering kind of movement scurry off to the wall and then up the wall.
Whack. I guess I'll describe the thing to everybody, see if they've heard of anything that resembles this.
So all you saw was a tiny, tiny red face that was kind of pointed down. It had a very pointed nose and a slight pointed chin as well.
Based on his description, can I like think back to my magical studies and see if I recognize anything like that?
Sure. I'll have, so I will just say definitively, Yoll, you definitely would not have come across this. I will say that basically the other two that aren't Buru can make a religion check on this.
No.
That's going to be a 9.
A 9?
I would like to roll this and then use. Yeah. Okay, never mind.
Whoa.
Fuck my life.
Yeah.
Yo, your first roll.
I should have rolled before we started.
Just get it out of the way. Oh, it's a +5 too. Jesus.
Yeah. I was going to use knowledge from past life, which rolls a d6 on top of it, but
Yeah. Doesn't ring a bell.
still
Just
on that one.
You're trying to picture this like red pointed face thing, and it just doesn't. Nothing's really coming to you.
Neither of us, right?
Neither of you.
Red face, pointed face.
In fact, Silas gets a little scared thinking about it. With
Yeah,
that nat
I'm
one.
scared, yeah.
Okay, buddy. It's small enough. I don't think it can hurt you. I'm not even going to bring up what it said to me and ignore it.
Okay.
I have a job to do and I'm not interested in distractions.
Okay.
What did he say? What about 10 feet back? You said he's gonna follow us?
I think only
He was
Krepe heard.
talking to me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was
he
talking
did.
to Yoll.
Yeah, he only
I
talked to
thought
you.
he told us.
No, he didn't.
No, I
Yoll
told you. I described the
The
Oh.
thing, yeah.
the thing.
All right. Well, Buru, red face, point face. I think I want to get my gold.
Yeah, we've got places we gotta be. You gotta take him home. I gotta take what's his face, Roger, to my tinker friend.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go get some gold.
Okay. So you guys are taking off?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So you guys head out the gate and you make your way out to the streets here. And when you step outside, you notice that there's a couple of people. Oh, look at that. Do you guys get the music too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I have but no map yet.
Oh,
Map's loading.
But it's fine because I'm unconscious, so I shouldn't be able to see the map anyways.
Yeah, this is representative of what Roger can see.
So, when you guys step outside, the street that you came up from the tavern to get here, you notice a couple of people. There's about 4 or 5 people kind of gathered around from about the sidewalk distance, looking in on the cobblestone road. As you can see, there's a bit of a fissure through the street now where you on the road where you came up, and the cobblestone is all kind of mangled up and pushed up into a little bit of a mound, and it's about 13-14 feet long, and the people are kind of gathering around, like checking it out, seeing kind of what's going on.
We're still in the lower city, right?
That's
It's hard
correct.
to tell with all of these tokens.
Yes, so it's about where Buru's standing.
Yeah.
Well, actually, sorry, a little bit. It's closer than that. It's closer to where Silas is.
Okay.
So are we splitting up and
Did you already said?
Huh?
Giant fucking hole in the ground.
there's a giant hole in the ground?
Well, I mean,
What
I
are we
think-
gonna do about it?
I think we all know what caused this giant hole.
Yes,
Levin's head burning down.
please.
I think Yoll is probably inclined to be like, I don't care. We have a thing to do.
Okay.
Like he's very much like, I don't care about consequences. Like we are told to do a thing, so let's do the fucking thing.
Okay.
Wasn't our fault.
Well,
It wasn't. I didn't know. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, you do.
you definitely do.
No, I don't remember.
You were a few feet away. Okay, so this is where the tinker shop would be.
Where?
And you've had maybe a few interactions here, mostly just kind of seeing the gnome standing outside, the little wooden sign out front that says Sama's Tinkering. It's really the only one that came to mind when you were thinking of possibly getting him fixed up. And as you guys are kind of heading out, impossible
we're
not to
splitting up.
notice. Yeah. There are, those 5 or so people gather around and more people kind of coming to check it out. And they all kind of look, and one of them points, kind of trying to hide their hand over at the group of you. Yoll takes off, of course, but the rest of you notice that this is happening.
Uh-oh. We need to do something about this.
We just walk away
You can do that?
hastily.
Okay. And who's going where?
We're going to Klim's house.
We're going to the upper city.
I'm going to the tinker.
And the rest of us are going to Klim's house. Or wherever Klim is telling us to go.
I guess before I leave to go to the tinker shop, if anybody wants to come with me, you're welcome to. But I guess I'll warn everybody about the lack of authority the Flaming Fists have in the upper city compared to the lower city.
I want to talk to the citizen that pointed.
Okay. So you make your way down there, and as you kind of approach, the one that pointed at you, and they had a kind of companion that was there that they were pointing with. You just see them kind of like cover up their head and just like turn and start heading the other direction down the sidewalk, and they just turn around and they just say, "Hey, it's okay, it's okay. I'm not from this area. It's okay."
I'm gonna ask him if he's okay.
Yeah, we're totally okay. Just looked a little strange. That's all.
Yeah, we're here on official business of the Flaming Fist, and you might want to evacuate this area because cultists have been sighted here, and we're here to investigate that.
Okay.
It's
Did
an
the
ongoing
cultists
situation.
the cultists like broke the road here, or?
Yes, the cultists did this.
Okay. I'm just gonna go home. Okay.
Yeah,
This is.
You might want to go inside. Maybe you don't want them to take you or anything.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. And you just see him like kind of grab his friend and like around the back and just pushes him down the road. Thank you. And he just starts hustling off.
And I'm gonna watch him leave.
The rest of the people, you can see they kind of like start moving away too, and they just like are slowly like looking back at you, just kind of studying the scene, taking your face in, taking in the street, and they just kind of all head down on their own different paths away from the scene.
Okay. All right. Did they all recall what I said?
That's all you caught.
Fuck. All right. All right, it's time to go, Clem. Where am I taking you? The upper city, of course.
Yes, there's a gate. Oh, there's a gate just a block away, and he's pointing down here.
All right, guys. Looks like we're probably gonna split up here. We've got Roger, who needs help, and I'm gonna take Clem to the upper city. Who's coming with me?
You guys go to the upper city. I'll meet you there.
Put him in here.
Try to drop off Roger.
I'll be coming with you,
Me too.
Buru.
Okay. Me and 3 old men.
Hey Clem, how are they going to let you up into the upper city? What identification do you have?
Well, nothing. I'm sure they'll recognize me though.
Okay, whatever you say, Clem. And anything else, guys, before we split up?
Good luck, Yoll, when he wakes up.
Yeah, I'm gonna slap Roger the metal. I'm like, yep, good luck with this.
Slap his butt.
And I damage him a little bit, I make a big dent in his shoulder.
And he dies.
Roll for damage.
Roll for survival.
That's a D4 in bludgeoning right there. Okay, so you guys head off on your different directions. So if I'm not mistaken, it's 4 of you go, or 3 of you going one way, and then Yoll and Roger going the other.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. So let's start with Yoll, actually. So Yoll, as you head down here, you get about a block and a half away, and you hear a very familiar voice that you heard just recently, and it's coming from just to your kind of lower right, and it says, "Oh, much better than 10 feet. So, it seems as though you're interested."
Interested in what?
Well, I couldn't help but notice you have a debt, which I can clear.
So can I.
I can clear it now. You will clear it in many years. Isn't that right?
Why would I want you to clear my debt for me?
I've seen how they treat you. That's no life to live.
And why would you clear my debt for me?
That's the question. A trade. A simple trade.
Of what?
Well, it seems as though I can clear 2 debts today. I could take your friend off your hands. And no one would be the wiser. I suppose
I know a few people who would be the wiser.
Well, perhaps the Tinkerer didn't have a steady hand tonight.
Bit grim, but go on.
And I would just take him and clear your debt. Zodge would let you free, and your friend would be free as well.
I could trade this hunk of metal for freedom from Zodge. Why wouldn't I just go give him to Zodge?
No. Zodge doesn't want him.
Clearly.
Somebody does.
And who's that?
A friend of both of ours.
And who's that?
If I give you the name, would you agree to the trade?
Absolutely not.
Well then, a friend. And all it takes is a simple signature. And you see kind of you see this kind of shimmer just tuck into this little alleyway that's opening up between these two kind of housing units, these stone houses. It's this very slim housing, and you see a skinny human back rise from the ground. And if you can envision just the back, where the legs, the arms, and the face are actually still all in the stone of the road, and just the back rises out. And all you see is just kind of a pen come out of seemingly nothingness, this large quill, and it whips across the back, and it just says your name. And as it whips across the back, the flesh just opens, and you can see the back kind of stiffen and like jerk in different directions as this is happening, as the skin splits and the flesh opens. Two debts cleared.
You keep speaking of 2 debts. Whose debt is the second?
Well, you're now indebted to this. What? 1-day-old friend, 10-day-old friend. Doesn't seem like much of a friend that would put himself in such a position. A literal burden to you.
He's more useful than he looks.
Oh, you are stubborn. If not to clear your debt with the fist, what is it that you actually seek?
Frankly, I have no idea.
We will learn. And when you do, just say the word, and I'll be there.
If you knew anything about me, you would know. I've well learned that you can't fast forward, can't shortcut. That's what got me in this mess.
Then you'll live a tormented life. Don't forget that I'll always be around the corner for you. And then you see the quill just kind of stabs into the back as though it were going into like an ink. And then the body just sinks down into the ground. And the ground just swallows it up. And then you don't hear anything else.
Fucking thing's gonna be a pain in my ass for a long time. I have a bad feeling.
So you're carrying on?
I'm carrying on against my better judgment.
Okay. So you head your way down?
Looking behind my back just to see if there's any little fucking finicky shit.
Okay. So you've got about 3 blocks left, and as you kind of check your surroundings as you go, there's not a whole lot to notice. This area is starting to get a little bit more well lit as you get closer down to the docks, and lo and behold, there is the very familiar looking tinkerer's shop. You see all kinds of gears and things hanging in the window, almost the way, like food would be displayed in a in like a shopping center, like a grocery store. There's just kind of food or like gears and switches and things like that, and electrical wires just hanging there. And you see just a tiny little sign that says a wooden sign that says Sama's Tinkering.
They open?
Yeah.
I'm going in. This fucker's heavy.
Okay. So when you get in, it is lit only by 2 very mechanical looking lanterns that attach by chains from the ceiling and the floor, but it looks as though the things encapsulating the flame aren't really connected to each other, so you're not quite sure how the bottom portion of this is holding up, but so be it. It is well lit, and when you get there, you just see a small gnome sitting on the desk with his back to you, and you just see his head kind of cocking to one side a little bit, and you just hear a little bit of mumbling. The gnome wearing just a it looks like he's not really wearing a shirt, but he's wearing a kind of almost like a blacksmith's apron with just underwear on, like tighty-whitey style underwear.
Oh.
And you see his head kind of perk up, and he says, oh, a customer. Oh, and he looks over at Roger and he says, a customer with goodies. What is it that you have here?
You're Sama?
Of course. Of course I'm Sama. Who else would be here but me? Silly. I take it this is what you're here for? And he like kind of rushes over and points to Roger, and he looks very fascinated and wide-eyed.
I want to throw Roger on the counter and be like, yeah, I need you to fix it.
Oh, it would be my pleasure. I don't think I've seen anything quite like this, but, well, it's metals and gears. What could there be to it? And he starts immediately starting to inspect, and he says, this could take a minute, and it, of course, will cost you. Time is not free.
Much time and how much gold?
Well,
like you said, time is not free, and I don't have much.
Well, if you're in a rush, I could put it to the front of the list, and I could do it right now. It'll just be, well, I suppose I could bring him back for, And he starts like inspecting the dents. Oh, this is quite a bit of damage. 50 gold would do. Was he important to you?
No, not particularly.
Oh. Well, that's a shame. I could...
Sort of like a servant thing, you know? Could always get a new one if I needed to. It just felt like it might be cheaper.
Well, I could pay you 50 gold, and you wouldn't need him anymore.
You're offering me 50 gold for this?
Yes, I mean, he's quite the specimen, but if he's not of much use to you...
Not of use to me right now because he's fucking broken.
Ah, I see. I see. You use two little words, my friend. 50 gold, then. Or I suppose I could do it a little slower for 40.
Tell you what, I'll leave him here, and I'll come back tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Based on what he looks like tomorrow morning, we'll figure out how much I'm going to pay you.
Well, it will be at least 20 gold. If I take my time.
As long as he's done by tomorrow morning. Don't worry about the dents. We can fix the dents later. I got lots of hammers.
Okay.
Just need it operational. I'd say breathing, but you know, he doesn't do that.
It's not my style, but I will do that. Gosh. Such little appreciation for the machinery. And he just kind of like goes over and he runs his tiny little fingers over all these gears and the legs. It's a little bit sexual, but not all the way.
Is he looking at the machinery like it's as sweet as candy, would you say?
No. He says, well, if I'm being honest, I'll probably just start working on him now. I'll just take my time. Is there anything else you'd like me to do with him?
Someone comes by asking for him. Don't sell him.
Fine. I won't. But if you change your mind, it's 50 gold in your pocket, not the other way around. Just remember that. And then he kind of just drags Roger off the desk and just like plops him on the floor. Starts inspecting.
Carry 300 pounds?
Oh, he's like hands on the feet, like pushing off the side of the desk, just dragging him across the desk.
I'll tell you what. I'll put him where you need to go if you knock 3 gold.
The hook. And he points up to almost like meat hooks that are hanging from the ceiling. There's 3 of them.
And I'll grab him and I'll fucking huck him under the air.
Oh, so impressive. But still such a distaste for the machinery. I suppose I won't fix that dent either. Will you have a good night?
Look at him and go, if he's not fixed by tomorrow morning, then you can join him up there. And then I'll walk out.
He says, I don't sleep, sir. And then he gladly like kind of walks you to the door and closes the rickety door behind you. All right. So you step outside, starting to get a little bit darker now. Not a whole lot of movement out here, but just tell me what direction you're headed. And
I'm gonna go to the tavern, go hang out with Alan
at the Alsong Tavern.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so you start heading down that way, and I will jump over to our other friends here. Okay, so you guys are heading over towards the gate. So I'll put you guys all over here. So when you get there, you walk up to the gate. You notice that even the as you're walking along, it's like the slant of the road starts to get a little bit steeper as it heads up, as it is literally heading up towards the upper city. And when it reaches the wall, you just take a look at this gigantic, about 30-foot high wall. It seems a little excessive given that there's not really any wars or anything like that going on, but it is this massive feature of this area. The gate itself is just a same height as the rest of it, the rest of the wall, this tall iron bar gate. And even as you make your way up, you get to about 15 feet away. And there are 3 guards there to greet you on the other side. They're very well dressed in a white and red garb that kind of flows down. It's almost like they've got like a white cape, but it just kind of flows halfway down their back. Very heavily armored. You can't make out their faces, and they all stand there with large spears. And they call out to you when you get about 15 feet away, and they say, they just say, "Halt! State your business."
I am Buru. We're here on official business of the Flaming Fist and here to return a patriarch.
How are you? I suppose that's him then, and he points to the guy on your shoulder.
Yes.
Well, we'll send someone out to get him. No Flaming Fist comes to the upper city. You should know that.
We're not
As you
only.
say. Well, yes. Among us, it is only just me who is Flaming Fist. I am the only Flaming Fist agent.
Go ahead and make a deception check for me.
Nat 20. It's not bad.
My first roll of the game's a 1.
Same.
I guess I deserve that one. Okay. And who are these other 2?
I am Gantash.
Okay, old man. That doesn't mean anything to me.
Priest of Torm from Elturel.
Are you heading to a sermon for the morning? Why are you here, and why are you with him?
He's here to aid the patriarch.
Excuse me, Bull. I asked.
Oh my goodness.
Him, and he points to Gantash.
Klim asked for my help.
Whoa. Who'd you just say?
That there is Klim Jhasso.
And he, you see him kind of like motion to the side, and just another guard comes in, and you just see kind of a hand go up as he says something to the other guard. He says, "All right, stay there." And he points the guard to the gate, and you see the one guard go up, and he just fiddles with the lock mechanism, and he pulls open this tall iron gate. Stands about 10 feet tall. The rest of it just iron bars all the way up. Pulls open the gate, and he hurries over to you. He just starts inspecting, and he looks behind him, and he nods his head to the guard who was talking to you. The guard, by the way, closes the gate behind him, so it still seals. He says, what did you do to him? Bull?
We didn't do anything. We rescued him.
Klim? And just sees him stir. Yeah, yes. It's true. Damn. All right.
Damn.
That's right. That is true.
He says, get Klim. He points to the other guard. He says, "Get Klim in here now." And you see the guard kind of like puts his spear, like kind of like holsters it onto his back, and just goes like this to motion to you.
Careful, big guy.
And he kind of like grabs him almost like a baby, and he like like marches back with him. And then they all kind of like huddle around and inspect his face and say, okay, well, he's not exactly going to tell me the whole story. So one of you is going to. What's going on here?
Well, like I said, we were investigating an official business of the Flaming Fists, and we came across Klim Jhasso, who was injured. But before we could rescue him, we had battle, and it seemed like he was a part or taken as a victim of some kind of offering. We killed the beast that was, how do you say, held him captive. And here we are after that.
All right. I don't know what to make of any of this.
It was a cultist group that was sacrificing Klim to the gods. And not the good kind.
The big three, to be exact.
The big three. Okay, and you can see they're actually still just standing there with Klim. They're not really doing anything with him. And you can see them, the guy you're talking to just kind of puts his hand up again and starts talking to the guard beside him. Everybody roll a perception check for me.
What do I see? Got healthy bull eyes.
What do you got there, Simo? Oh, 23? Stop with the wink whenever you get above a 20. Buru and Gantash, you see Klim's face just kind of like, no pun intended, but you see whatever blood is remaining in his face kind of drain, and his eyes just go really wide, and he like slowly starts to turn his head to look towards you, and then the guy just kind of like hoists him back up to like get him to not roll that way. And the guard looks at you again. He just says, all right, we're going to take him somewhere safe for tonight.
He needs healing. Healing now.
We're not going anywhere until we know he's in good hands.
Are you telling me that my hands aren't good?
Believe so.
Do you mind if we accompany him?
In fact, I do mind.
Listen. We're here to make sure he's okay. We spoke to him. He's obviously out cold right now, and he has our word, and we're not going to let that go.
Yeah. Well, you did what you needed to do.
I wanna do something.
Okay.
Can I cast guidance on myself?
Yes. When you cast a spell, just so you know,
Yeah.
it is clearly very visible.
Okay, never mind. I'm gonna.
We've had this guard at the gate conversation before.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little bit of a scroll of charm person, if I'm not mistaken.
Use the scroll. Put that away. Okay. I'm gonna say.
Well, if not for these, let me at least take care of him. I'm a priest. I'm a cleric. I can help.
Yeah. Well, it looks like he needs a little bit more help than what you were giving him already. Don't worry. We got somewhere to take him. I don't know what the problem is here. You did your job. You brought him to us, right?
I'm going to grab his arm. He stays with us.
He's on the other side of a gate right now.
Well, I'm basically gonna grapple this guy at this point.
Oh, jeez.
You can't through a gate.
We're on another side of the. Is there not a guard in front of me? I'm talking to.
Well, he took him. Sorry, I
I'm talking
apologize
to
if
a
I didn't
different
make
guard,
that-
right?
Yeah, so the guard came out to get him and then brought him back. I apologize if I didn't make that clear. Sorry, I may not have said that, but he brought him back to the other side. That's what. So when he did this, he was talking to the guy who was holding Klim.
Oh fuck.
I have a watch token. Can
Okay.
I show it to the guard and ask? I'd like to ask permission to come into the upper city and take
Do you have
my friends if possible.
do you have text on that?
I do. I'll send it to you. It's for the charlatan.
Let me see this, you silly bugger.
I can get you the whole thing if you want.
Okay. Okay, I'll give you a I will give you a what is that roll called? Sorry, I'm blanking right now.
It's okay.
Why the hell can't I think of this term? The one where you
Persuasion?
convince people. Thank you. I'll give you a persuasion check. If you get, I'm just going to tell you straight up the DC. If you get a 10, you can get 1. If you get a 15, you can get them both.
I'm gonna roll a fucking 1.
Oh.
Not a 1 at all.
Oh, let's go.
All right.
So he looks at you. He says, "You're just holding on to that the whole time? Unbelievable."
I mean, didn't think
I was
I'd
about
need
to kill
use it.
that one. And he points at Buru and he says, "I was going to kill that one if he spoke another 2 words in the wrong direction. Do you understand? For the love of Tyr, I am not in a good mood tonight."
I thought because of our generosity of saving this man, that you might let us in. Since we saved his life. So I was just holding on to it.
Well, you should know how this works. He says, "All right, get in, but you're all staying 10 feet back." And they come in, they open the door, they open the gate, and they kind of move to the side. And 2 guards, one holding Klim, and another beside him, not the one that you were talking to, but a totally different guard. They just kind of like not shake their heads, and they just go, "All right, well, let's get going. We got to get Klim healed up here." And they close the gate behind you. Unless some of you didn't want to go, I just kind of pushed you in there.
I'm in.
No.
Buru wants to murder the guard.
Coming
Yeah.
for that reward.
Calling him a
pointed at
bull.
Buru. Yeah. My big Minotaur nostrils, just hot, steamy air.
Just imagine. This is racism.
I feel discriminated against.
So as you kind of enter, the one guard who was talking to Buru just stares at him like deadlock the whole time.
It's all right.
This is bullism.
I can ask him to apologize, Buru, if you'd like.
No, it's okay. We're cool.
Okay. So as you enter, you actually notice immediately. Most of you have actually never been here. Silas, I will say you've probably been here at least once or twice, minimum. But the rest of you have not really been in this area. This is a much more polished area. Immediately, the ground kind of starts to settle off as there was this big incline for the last maybe 2 blocks of the lower city up to the upper city. Even the inside of the wall seems a lot cleaner. It's almost like the grime and the dust and the dirt of the lower city was just sticking to the outside of the wall. But on this side, it's clear that they've got some sort of tasked force just constantly cleaning. The cobblestone roads almost seemed like a polished marble compared to the dirty and now exploded road in some areas of the lower city. The houses are all much taller, much wider, and it's all smooth stone or brick. And they start heading. Let me see here. They start heading just along the wall. Actually, there's a road that follows along the wall, and there are guards stationed every so often, and there are guards that you can see stationed in these turrets as you move along as well. And as you go, you make your way to about, let's call it here, where Gantash is. Actually, I'll bump him up a little. You make it to about there, and you catch a glimpse of Klim just kind of looking over the shoulder, and he just like wide-eyed, like just shakes his head like this, and then the guard just kind of, again, just nudges him back in, and you can no longer see him.
Hold on. We're 10 feet back, right?
Yeah.
I wanna rip. I wanna try to like rip some of my cloak in a spot that is like not easy for the guard to see. Can I do that?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, they're not really looking at you.
Yeah. Okay.
They're ahead of us. We're following behind them. There's no guards with us.
No, but I would say every 30 feet, there's like another guard that you come across that's just kind of patrolling the wall.
Gotcha.
So, do I successfully whatever the fuck take a little piece of cloth off of my?
Yeah, I'm not gonna make you roll for that.
Okay.
You're just ripping at your clothes.
I'm gonna say stop. And I'm gonna like rush over to the guards, and I'm gonna put my hand on Klim. I'm gonna hand out this cloth and be like, "You dropped something. Is this yours?" And then I'm gonna put my hand away. And I'm gonna cast Mind Link with Klim so I can speak telepathically with him.
Okay. Okay, I'll give you a sleight of hand check with advantage because you're like hiding it.
And he is an old man. It's not suspicious.
Do you want to know what you have to beat?
I'm pretty sure I did.
What'd you get?
6 and 5.
Total?
Yeah, 6 or 5.
Oh no.
Oh, okay. You had to beat a 12. So,
So close.
So when you cast it, there's a very noticeable.
There's
spot of
no
your hand.
cast. There's no like VCS. It's like a racial trait. Like I can just speak telepathically as an action. But I just figured I would.
Oh, then I'm not going to make you do that.
Okay.
I'll actually retcon it. I'll retcon it. I thought it was a spell. Okay, so then you just link up.
I wish I could link it. Like it's not.
Yeah, that's okay.
It's a racial trait. Aren't you a human?
I'm not a human.
Roger, don't worry. I'm coming to you soon. It's coming.
Okay, so I just wanted to get within range so I could like initiate it and kind
Sure.
of like distract them, I guess.
Mm-hmm. So you do that and you get up there and you kind of touch him and you just see the guard just kind of like looks beside you, kind of like shakes it off like whatever, and he just again just like nudges him back in. He's like now he's almost like mushing him in, like cradling him like this squished baby. This is a pretty large guy. He stands at least 6.5 feet tall.
Yeah. And so they don't say anything. I'll just go back to the group.
Yeah, they just kind of like the guard just kind of like grunts and like shrugs it off and just carries on.
So I'm gonna say to Klim, "What's wrong?" In his brain, and then I'll say, "You can speak back to me."
Oh shit, he can talk back. That's actually kind of rare.
Oh, this is sick. This is sick.
So you actually hear in a much more clear voice this time, like it's not very broken. He just says, "They're not taking me home.
Where are they taking you?
To the Vanthempers.
Why are they taking you to the Vanthempers?
I don't know. They're not healers. They're just another patriarch. And they own the bathhouse."
Oh no. What is there anybody in the upper city that you trust?
I don't even know anymore. I thought I could trust them until just a few days ago. And this is like moving along. We're still going down the road.
Yeah. How much longer till we get there?
And you can see him kind of like move his head up and like look around. He says, "Not long, maybe 4 blocks."
Okay, I'm disconnecting. We'll figure this out. Okay.
Just wait. I'm dead. They're gonna kill me.
We're not gonna let that happen. And then I disconnect and I put my hand on Buru. And I mind link with Buru. I can swap around.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say to Buru, like, he's not the guards aren't taking us to Klim's house. You can think back to me.
I'm gonna be like, Grimja? Hello?
Buru, think. You can think to me. Think, Buru. Think.
Oh, old man. How are you in my head?
It doesn't matter. The guards aren't taking Klim home. They're taking them to the owners of the bathhouse.
Oh God.
We need to think of something.
Oh God. Tear. Okay. What can we do? Oh my God. Gantash, can you... Oh man. Can you tell... Are you able to communicate with Klim and get him to throw himself to the ground in some way, or try to like jump out of that man's arms?
You don't need to. I guess I can connect back with him without touching him, but
yeah,
You don't have to touch it. It says just anything you can see with him.
it's just an action. It
Shit.
just seems like I can just keep actioning it.
Yeah. There's no limit on it?
Doesn't say.
Oh, sweet.
Actions and stuff, that's just for use when it's combat. Out of combat, it's probably like a...
I mean, we can just. I don't know.
Is it allowed or no? Because I'm
Yeah.
not done
If it
talking
doesn't,
to Gantash.
if it doesn't say it's limited, then, but it does seem like it's one at a time.
Yeah, it is one at a time. And then I'll say to Buru, I'll be right back. And then yeah.
We need to cause a commotion. People need to know it's Klim.
Okay. Then I'll connect with Klim. Klim.
Silas has no idea what's going on.
He's like clearly panicking now. You guys are kind of like bumping along here. Listen to me. Listen.
Can you throw yourself off? Cause a distraction. We'll figure it out. Just can you yeet yourself off?
Yeet.
You know, like when you were a child, you eat yourself.
Well, you can't talk to him, unfortunately.
I know.
He says, "I can barely move. Just listen to me. Finish what you started. I'm dead. I am dead. Unless you're gonna kill these high guards and just leave them in the street. I live 4 blocks north of here. There's an orange roof. You can't miss it. Under my bed. That's your payment. Just take it all. I'm dead. I live alone. The back door is never locked. Just go there and finish this. I don't know what's going on here, but I lived a noble life thus far. It's over for me."
Lim, doesn't have to end this way. We can help you. We can try to figure something out.
You don't understand. These people, the Vanth Emperors, they have too much power. especially now with Ravengard gone. They're going to take over all of Baldur's Gate. Just do what you can. And then he just kind of stops.
I'm gonna think back to Buru. I don't know what to do. He told me where our payment is, and he said he's dead. He said he's gonna die, and that there's not much we can do to stop it. I know where the payment is. And listen, I'm a holy man. But I know when our we're gonna be outnumbered, and I feel like that's, I don't know. I don't feel good about this, Buru.
His life for ours is not a good bargain. I agree.
It's not.
But the lawful goodness in me does not like this.
No.
So, as I'm talking to Gantash in my head, I have my hands on my sword, and I'm just gonna put my arms back down. And I'm just gonna nod to Gantash.
I'm gonna think to Silas. I'm gonna disconnect with Buru and think to Silas. Silas!
Yo, what's up, homie? No, I'm just kidding.
Yo, what's good, baby?
My boy.
Be like, Gantash?
Yes, you can think to me. I'm thinking to you right now. Don't you remember we trained?
What's going on?
We trained like this in Elturel.
I do remember.
The guards aren't taking us to Klim's house. I'm just going to pretty much explain to him the situation. And I'll say after we drop him off, I don't think we can save this guy. I want to save him. I really do. But we are probably going to be fighting more cultists if we do. And probably more powerful ones, which we can't handle right now. But I know where the payment is, and he wants us to have it.
Sounds good to me. We don't need to be risking our lives.
Yeah. It's a shame.
So you see Klim just kind of peeking over as you make your way through this little courtyard surrounded by perfectly trimmed bushes. And you just see him look over and he just kind of lets out like a little side smile before just kind of like looking down, and you see a little look of defeat.
Klim? Is that what is it, you're saying? Klim looks defeated?
Yeah. Oh, what the hell? That's not supposed to happen.
What?
The song changed. Sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
I don't even think we heard it.
Slightly, but we're fine. So we arrived, and they're about to...
Yeah, so you walk through this courtyard, and then you come up to this...
They hanging him?
No.
You come up to this large villa that is encased by like an 8-foot tall stone fence. Basically, it's just a beige fence. It's well lit. There's clearly lanterns on the inside of the fence. You can see over the fence there are a couple of very well trimmed trees. And you can, even from the angle you're coming, you can actually see a little stable house connected at the back. And it is a 2-floor building that sits in the center of the gated area. And as you walk up, the 2 guards kind of turn around. They say, Well, this is where he's going to get healed up. Do you want to come on inside?
I look at Buru, and I look at Silas, and then I turn back to the guard, and I say,
This is fine.
Some friends.
It's a very beautiful place. What place is this exactly?
Oh, it's just a place where people come to get help.
You want to do a perception check on that?
"Oh, insight, yeah, true
Insight?
insight, yeah."
Well,
I mean, you
Silas,
all
are
know
asking?
that this isn't the case.
Yeah, we already know.
I mean,
this.
I'll do an insight. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh my god! Oh, good
Let's go,
golly!
Silas.
Good golly!
We're getting those out of. I'm okay with that.
Buru, are you doing that too?
Yeah.
He seems like.
You had to beat a 6, so it's not that big a deal.
Buru, are you crit failing as well?
Yeah, his voice seems a little bit like he's trying to find the words as he says it. He's like, yeah, it's where people go to get help. Like, it's very like put together, like it's a strung together sentence.
Well,
And he says, well, we're gonna take him inside. Let's go, Klim. You gentlemen have a great night.
But like as they walk away, I want to hold my emblem of Torm and say a prayer for Klim.
Okay. Yeah, roll a religion check.
Ooh la la, religiones. Can be a 19, no winky face.
It's not over 20. Yeah, so when you say your kind of silent prayer, it's a very quick one, and your emblem is made of wood, right?
Yes.
Okay. So as you kind of say your prayer, you get this like kind of feeling of hope, and then as you like slide your hand off, you get a little splinter in your finger. Which hasn't happened to you in a while. And you see Klim just kind of being walked in. They go through this little gate. You can see them being greeted by somebody, but they take they're about 30 feet away now, and they just kind of make their way in. And you stand in the center of this cross section of beautiful streets in the upper city. It's quiet.
I turn to the party and I say, now or never. We either walk away now or our final moment at potential redemption to save this guy. Or just walk away.
There's nothing we can do at this point.
our lives for his are not. It's not worth it.
I'm
There are
definitely
bigger-
not dying for that guy.
There's a greater good that we have to serve. We can't do anything at this moment.
Okay. Onwards then.
And I'll lead them to the orange house.
Okay. So you start heading north. Just so I know kind of how are you guys walking? Just side by side? Or are you guys kind of like ahead
In a
little
line,
bit?
I'll probably be behind Gantash. I think, and then I guess Silas is behind me.
Okay. So Gantash in front.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So Gantash, you being in front, you actually feel something like skitter up your leg. Doesn't feel very big, but you can feel your clothes being pulled at, and you just hear, "Priest, how bad do you want to save that man?" And then I'm going to cut to Roger. So Roger, you wake up And as much as you can feel pain, do you feel pain? You gotta feel pain for sure.
Yeah, I'll feel pain.
Yeah. So as much as you can feel pain, you feel.
I'm awake currently, right?
Yeah, but let me go through this.
Yeah.
Well,
So
I
you
have a
feel.
reaction, but okay.
Well, you can't react. I'm not even done describing the scene yet. I react to being awake. So you feel a very sharp pain in your back, and it's just like a very stiff and sharp pain. And you feel when you kind of like come to and your systems boot up, the world actually looks sideways, and you can feel that your legs are hanging, you can feel that your arms are hanging and your head's hanging, but the world is almost 90 degrees sideways. And the world, your kind of vision starts like spinning a little bit as you can now also feel in your eye receptacle, there is some sort of tool spinning your eyeball or your eye socket, eye mechanism.
Okay.
And you just you can see this like face in front of you, just like this very small and kind of pockmarked face with a scraggly black beard and hair that just kind of black hair that flips out to the side, and a shirtless but blacksmith aproned gnome seems to be all but hanging from your eye receptacle, spinning it with a wrench. He goes, coming to any second now.
R0-GR at your service.
Perfect. I might just be the best tinkerer in all of Baldur's Gate. What was that name again? What was that?
Do I have full movement of my arms or no?
You don't actually. What you can feel is just the pain in your back. You can feel some sensation of just dangling, and it's mostly just your vision and your ability to speak is coming online.
Okay, I want to attempt to salute. And see what happens, but I don't think anything's gonna happen.
Okay, so you attempt to salute, and your arm just kind of like hoists up about 2 inches and then swings back down. Sorry, this isn't in play. Sorry, guys.
Lieutenant Avernus, this is Brent speaking.
Sama's tinkering. This is Sama. Krepe, looks like I've got the same devil on my shoulder.
I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Sama.
Sama bin Laden.
Okay,
That's
all right.
So funny, haha. So haha.
Sorry.
You're so haha.
It just
Can
reminded me, you know?
come fit some of this dick in your mouth?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching this week's episode of Dungeons and Dummies.
Yes, sir.
We'll be ending things a little bit early this week.
Definitely builds up to the title, the name of it.
I'd also like to officially announce the cancellation of this series
Yes,
indefinitely.
yes,
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're canceled.
We'll accept donations at the door. to save Klim, not for any other reason.
Are you making so much noise drinking that thing?
Right? Isn't
Also,
it-
that is such a large bottle of whatever that is.
It's 7
7 Up.
milliliters.
Is it 7 Up or Sprite?
7 Up skis, baby. Yes, sir. Jeez.
The mind link action has such a weird sentence. The creature must be able to understand at least one language. Third creature that doesn't even understand.
So,
a
like
single-
animals, for example, don't know any languages, so you can't do it with animals.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Or
You can't
beasts,
speak with
rather.
animal
Beasts.
first.
Well, speak with animal would be a different thing. I don't think you can do the same thing, because speak with animal regardless.
Unless an
yeah.
animal can
it's
be
like a-
casted on somebody.
It might be
Or
a
is it
Speak with
concentration
animal, you can
thing.
cast with an animal, and then you can speak with the animal. But speak with our mind link you can't, regardless of whether you have cast speak with animal, you can't cast on an animal because the animal still doesn't know a language. That's still like a clause of the spell or of the action, I guess, of the feature that doesn't change regardless of the context. Unlike talk with plants and talk with fucking the dead or whatever.
Speak with the dead and talk with plants. Speak with plants.
Although now that I think about it, I'd have to read the rules text on that, but I feel as though you could not.
I think at the end of the day, it comes up to DM discretion. Oh, I mean, wait, his headphones are right by his ear. That means he can hear us. Hey, Phrank, you sussy James Charles prankster, Amogus, imposter, sus gamer.
Truly, you are unbelievable.
Don't forget to get that victory royale while playing with your ninja skin.
Your Ariana.
Dude, crank those 90s, Frank.
I don't even want to know.
Cranking 90s, brother.
We're cranked to 90, Krepe?
Actually, I have a very, very interesting fact.
I don't know what that
to share
means.
with everybody.
Yes, please.
And this is actually an appropriate fact. The next generation, because you know how like we have millennials, Zoomers like myself.
Yeah.
The next generation is called Generation Alpha. 2010 and beyond.
You know why? Because they're the alpha testers of the world that's going to end in 50 years.
Oh, wow.
They're the alpha.
Yeah, they're alpha testing Armageddon.
They're alpha testing Armageddon.
See,
yeah.
I was when I was doing my research on it, it said the reason, and they're supposedly going to be the most transformative generation yet, and I think we can all piece together that joke there.
Transformative.
Sorry, guys. Okay. So where were we? We've got a gnome talking to Roger.
Yeah, I said I attempted to salute, and you said it only went up like 2 inches.
Yeah, and then just kind of like flings back down.
So kind of like Ethan's real life.
R0-GR.
As you're like glitching out, he just kind of smacks you, and that's what kind of gets you to talk straight.
Nice. I like this guy. Him and I got the same style.
He says, "Tell me, are you a Warforged?"
What gave it away? The fact that I'm made out of metal, or the fact that I'm a robot?
He says, no, much more than that. And he kind of points to it's in your forehead, right? The light?
Yeah, it's like
and
right here.
And he kind of points to your forehead and he goes, there's something in you. You're a little different than the Warforges I've seen. There's something more here.
Power of music.
When he goes to touch it, I want to attempt to flinch my head back a little bit.
Okay. You don't have a whole lot of motor control, so you can kind of feel like a little bit of stiffness. He says, oh, don't worry. I'm not here to hurt you. In fact, I'm here to help you. And by the way, we're going to bring you back to roll a D4 for me.
Oh, baby, D4. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Big D4 action. That's a 4, baby. That's a 4, baby.
And you can add your con modifier to that, and you can heal that.
Oh, let's go. That's huge.
That's like 5, probably.
Ethan, you remember, this guy's touching you wherever he wants, and you can't do anything about it.
Go on, DM.
So he says, can you add that to your token too?
Yeah.
So he says, much, much different. You have been places and you've seen things. Do you remember much? And he kind of like is playing with his beard.
Do I remember much? I remember everything. This old, the old tinker in here. I don't forget much.
So, did you ride with the riders?
Riders? What do you mean riders?
Oh, never mind. Then I suppose you'll do well as a house robot or something.
Can I insight check the rider thing?
Yeah.
Or history check
Insight
that, I
check.
guess?
Mhm.
Okay. That's an 11. So is it history or insight?
Yeah, so you'd be doing a history check here.
I got a 12 then.
A 12. Yeah, I mean, you can history check to a word that you heard earlier today, the Hell Riders, from Captain Zodge talking to you about them.
Oh.
And that is a word that you've heard very recently, and from where you're from in Elturel, you know that's a pretty decent part of their history. He just says, well, I just thought you were made for some other purpose. But that's okay. I will get you all fixed up now. Now, unfortunately, you're not going to have much control until I'm paid. There wasn't as much to this as I thought there would be, nor is there as much to you as I thought there would be.
Whoa. Hey, what are you talking to? I'm R0-GR, okay?
Yes.
I may have been built for war, but I was never used for it. There was an accident when I was created.
And you remember that?
Oh, very much so. While I was being built at the factory, there was a strike. These humans, these dwarves went on strike. And I was out there on the front lines with them. The bagpipes attached to my back. They fitted me with them to bring up the morale while we were protesting for better worker rights. You see, these dwarves, they were trying to form what they call it is a union.
Yes, I'm aware. And how long ago was this?
That was around 140 years ago.
And you see him just kind of go, touches his little tiny black mustache. No, not that tiny. Jesus, it goes all the way. It's like a mutton chop thing up to his face. Jesus. And he goes,
Candy, is that you?
Jesus.
Oh my God.
So he kind of like brushes it out. Well, I think you were built for another purpose. Unfortunate circumstances. Well, I suppose there's nothing I can do about this. Just if you fulfill a greater purpose than some dwarven workers unionizing, I suppose I would like to hear about it, and you could come back and see me. Does that sound okay to you?
That sounds, I think, beneficial for both of us. But I do have one question. What purpose do you think I serve?
I don't know. But it's certainly not. It's certainly not encouraging a workforce. There's something else here. Yes, there is. Well, if you'll agree, I know that a Warforged would keep his word. I won't even charge you. Do we have a deal? And he holds out his hand. He kind of like slings back. You realize he's like hanging from the ceiling from some sort of like wired mechanism. And he like leans back and he like holds out his hand. You'll tell me if you fulfill some other purpose.
Oh, I'll tell you anything you want to know. I think we can make a very mutual arrangement here. You know, I tell you what things I do and what purposes I find myself in exchange for your services.
Yes, and just don't forget, it's Sama's tinkering. And he, as he's holding out his hand, he's realizing you're not shaking. He says, "Oh, my mistake. And he reaches kind of behind you, and he's almost like giving you a hug, and you feel some like twisting going on, and you just out of nowhere just feel this kind of burst of like all your limbs coming back in, and you feel the dents and dings. You still feel that pain in your back as you kind of look around and you see that there's this large metal chain hanging behind you, and he leans back again and he holds out his hand. He says, well, then I suppose I'll be seeing you again.
When I get my motor functions back, I want to... I don't know what you just did there. That felt fantastic.
I could do it again.
I would like that, yeah.
Oh my god.
So he reaches behind and he like shuts you off again, and then he just boots you back up again. He says, I suppose 2 times will be enough for one night.
Yes, but that doesn't fix the pain in my back.
Oh yes, and he like kind of you, and this like contraption just slides over, and he's just hanging from the ceiling, and he just hits a switch, and the chain just kind of drops, and you drop to the floor, and the chain just kind of crumples up behind you.
Thank you. That felt great.
R-G, what is it? R-3G3R? Is that what it is?
R0-GR.
He
it's
says that
in the player list in the bottom left-hand corner.
Well, I don't have that up. Oh, he says R0-GR. I do believe I'll be seeing you again. And you can see that he's like not really looking you in the eye. He's like staring directly at the center of your forehead.
Yeah. Now, Sama, can you paint my call sign up on my chest here, my chest piece here?
Oh, that won't be a problem. And he slings over to his desk and he starts like fishing through some tools and things like that. And he pulls out this tiny little paintbrush and this tiny little vial of ink, and he starts kind of going in, gets it done, no problem.
Thank you.
Says, now, I don't usually do this, but well, I'm going to send you on your way now. I have a feeling that you'll find where you're going.
Yeah. I have a rough idea of where I need to be going. And you'll be seeing from me very soon. Very soon.
I believe I will. Well, good evening. R0-GR. Fascinating. And he pushes back and he like slings his way all the way to like the back of the store. He just tucks into some room somewhere. The contraption just slings him around the corner.
All right, I will leave, I guess. Actually, before I leave, he's in another room, right?
Yep.
What is in the room I'm currently in?
So there's those 2 lighting fixtures that I talked about, and there are these big wooden shelves filled with basically just contraptions, gears, metal pieces. Just it looks very, very cluttered on the in the shelving unit. And like I mentioned before, there's like almost like food hanging, like sausages hanging, but it's like gears and switches and things like that.
Are there like a bunch of like smaller gears and like possibly a small metal bar? I'm talking like this size of metal bar. Like I don't want it big. Like this long, I should say.
Just roll investigation.
7.
So you can you just take a quick glance around. Seems like he's kind of been pushing you out a little bit, but you are able to see a couple of small metal gears. You don't quite find the bar, but you find a couple of metal gears just sitting there on his desk.
I'm gonna shout out.
Okay.
Sama.
And then he just like slings back in. He says, "Oh, you haven't left." Yes.
I know what I want for my first tinkering from you.
Okay.
I'm gonna lift up my left arm. I want you to fashion a mini crossbow mechanism to my wrist. Can you do that?
That I will have to charge you for.
How much?
Oh,
Few good stories.
10 gold.
Can you do that right now then?
Yes, of course. It might take a little bit, but I can get that done.
Deal.
Okay.
And I will take out all the gold I currently have.
Okay.
And I will put it on the desk.
Okay. And he starts working away. I am probably going to leave you there for a bit as he's kind of getting that done for you. And I am going to... This is a little bit of a tricky spot. I am going to jump to... Let's just do a little roundabout. Give me 1 second. Yep. Yep. Sorry, guys.
No. Good, sir.
Okay, we are good. Okay, so Krepe, I'm going to jump back to you.
Okay.
Okay. So let's bring you here. Okay, so can you see the map?
Just loading.
Still loading.
Oh, okay.
Holy moly.
So close.
Oh, we're...
Okay.
Oh.
I do not own any tokens with vision in this scene.
What's that?
I do not own any tokens with vision in this scene.
Really?
He's not in here. I don't see his token.
Wait,
I
what?
see all of ours. I don't think this is the right place. Oh, no, it is.
It is. I just tucked you somewhere else.
I see.
Why not? Why don't you see?
I see now, but I don't see a token of mine. Like, I don't have a token.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I am going to try to just steal your... You were able to move the one on the map, right? On the map of Baldur's Gate?
Yeah.
Can you see that one now?
Yeah.
Can you bring me in just for stream? I'll just...
Oh, yeah, sorry. Gantash is not actually here. Okay, so you walk in. The door is wide open when you get there, and through the door you can already see Alan just kind of hastily just wiping down the tables. And Clank, kind of when you walk in, you hear him stand up, and all the metal just bounces around, and then you can see his just kind of like shoulders drop, and he just sits back down in his chair and just kind of lounges back down, and he just like puts up 2 hands. Or 2 fingers, sorry.
Up, Clank.
And he just kind of throws up his hands. And he like makes like a motion of like wiping sweat from his head.
You never had a busy day in your life.
And he just kind of like points to the ground, and he points at you, and he points to the ground again.
You want to arm wrestle?
You see him like just drop his head, and all the like the pauldrons just kind of slunk down, and he just like throws up his hand like this.
Well, I know you lost last time. I was just giving you a chance for redemption. And I'll give him a little wink, and I'll walk over to the bar.
Okay, so Alan just kind of like sees you come in and just rushes over and, oh, Yoll, please tell me you're alone.
Yes?
Just a little too much action for one night, you know?
What happened?
What do you mean?
Oh, you're still talking about that before? That was hours ago.
Oh. It feels like it was minutes ago. I've just been going nonstop. Your robot friend just painted my stairs. I'm thinking about just painting them red now. I got no really other option here. Who knew a robot that didn't know how to use a mop, you know?
That robot doesn't know a lot of things.
Well, did you get to where you were going?
Yeah. I'll like point to the probably crusty blood all over my body, be like, "Yeah, we got it."
Oh. What were you doing? You just keep killing things tonight. Why?
Work is work, you know?
You're not going to tell me, are you?
What is there to tell you?
I mean,
You know what I do? You know my skills? They are limited.
yeah, I guess. I just thought, you know, I was kind of in for a bit of a story time, but I suppose you're drinking, huh?
I mean, yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I'll tell you what. You give me the first one on the house and I'll tell you what's going on.
That sounds like a deal to me. I was going to do it anyway, so it's a win-win for me.
What a
And she
pal.
just pulls out a stein from underneath the bar and fills it up at one of these kegs off to the side here. Plops it down in front of you. Just kind of sits down and kicks back. Says, "All right, you'll hit me. Don't actually hit me, but..."
Is Tarina still here? She might like to hear this too.
Oh, no, she kind of peeled out after you guys left. In fact, everyone did. It was a little helpful if I'm being honest. I've been able to clean up without any real distractions until now.
I suppose blood on the stairs isn't great for business.
No, it is not, Yoll. But it is what it is. So, Tarina left without a word. Now I got to hear some from you.
You know that bathhouse not too far from here?
Oh, yeah, the ritzy place.
Yeah, the one with all the nymphs on everything. I forget what it's called.
Yeah, those god-awful looking fountains.
Yeah, it gives me the heebie-jeebies in there.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, that's where we were. That's where we had to go. We were,
Okay.
like, trying to find something. I don't really know what the hell we were looking for, but that's where we had to go. And then we got in this big fight because someone tried to kill us while we got there, and that wasn't great. Skuna did a great job, by the way.
Oh, yeah, she usually does. You just give her good directions. Mm-hmm.
Turns out, stand in the door and don't let anyone in or out is pretty effective instruction.
Yeah. I give her that every day. Mm-hmm.
Well, my friends found this door. Well, we killed everything that was trying to kill us. Duh.
The blood. Yeah. Okay.
And then my friends found this door. And naturally, we went in the door.
Okay.
Do you know what the three evil gods are?
I mean, there's a lot of them, but
Yeah, but like the ones?
I think that kind of rings a bell, and you can see her kind of like shrink up a little bit, and she kind of says, "Yeah, this has to do with those cultists and the killings going on around here."
It has to do with the cultists and the killings. Yes. So when we were in that secret tunnel thing, found these doors. And they all had the markings of these gods on them and sacrificial altars all over the place. I almost died to some yellow mold. That was pretty gross.
Okay.
And then there was this. We walked in on a sacrifice happening. There was this guy from the upper city called Klim, who was like having his life force sucked and put into this like gross mass of muscle and blood. It was fucking weird.
Yeah, that's not an everyday kind of occurrence. And so what, you went in and you killed them all?
I mean, yeah. Except for Klim. My friends have taken him uptown. I just took Roger to the Tinker to get him fixed up. Because he sort of kind of exploded a room and fucked up the street.
Okay.
So, like, I'm sure you're going to hear it sometime in the next couple days, at least. Probably tomorrow, realistically, about the big fisher in the middle of the street.
All right. So you blew him up, and we don't have to worry about, I don't have to, I can walk home alone now.
I'd still walk you home, if that's all right with you. There was some things that weren't handleable.
So you didn't, and she's like kind of like scratching her head. She says, look, I'm not gonna, I mean, you're the guy, you do the job. I don't do your job. But they're still there?
What? So the ones that we saw aren't.
Okay.
So like the ones that we found, we killed.
And that was all of them?
You never know with cults. That's kind of the whole thing, you know?
Well.
And there was this guy, this ledger. I wish I'd have kept the ledger. You're good with books. There was this guy. Do you know of anybody who spends a lot of time in the lower city who goes by Q?
Q? Is it Q? It's not Q.
It was V, wasn't it?
It was
Oh,
V.
is it V?
It was
okay,
V.
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad.
V. I mean, there's a couple. I mean, there's a lot of names that come through here, Yoll. I don't know. I mean, to be fair, you're the only Y. That's a little bit of a weird one, but I mean, there's a lot of V's. Vic.
Is there a V that comes in here specifically once a week on the same day always? A Tuesday?
No, I
Not a
can't
Tuesday.
say.
That's not how the calendar works, but
No, I can't say. I can't say that. It really rings a bell here. Look, you'll just give it to me straight, okay? If you're doing your thing, I'm doing my thing. We've been on edge for a couple of weeks here with everything going on. Just, am I in the clear here? I've been walking home. Clank's been walking me halfway to meet up with a couple of friends. I try not to be alone here. Is it normal times again here?
unfortunately, we are experiencing some unprecedented time.
She just kind of lets out a sigh and says,
You know how cults are. They don't just go away when you kill a couple ritual sacrifices.
She says, in fact, I don't know that. I thought if you go and do something, I thought you do it.
What?
I just didn't think I had to. It's look, whatever. I'm not your boss.
Are you mad at me?
I'm not.
You're mad at me.
I serve the beer, and you drink the beer, and then you go off and you do Flaming Fist stuff, and you
try and keep the streets of this damn city straight.
Right. And now I thought they would be straight enough that I could walk on them and not be killed by a cultist, Like I thought that's what you do.
And that's what I'm doing. You can't expect me to eradicate a cult in an afternoon, can you?
No. I guess not. Maybe I got this whole thing wrong. Look, I'm gonna get you one more here. I know that one's not gonna be good enough, so let me just set you up, and I'm just gonna. I guess I'm just gonna keep doing my thing here. She like grabs the thing. She's clearly like distraught. You know, it's okay. I don't know why I'm stressing out here. Maybe it's just a long day. You know, I saw a body roll down my stairs here earlier, so maybe I'm just on edge. Maybe I'm thinking about this all wrong.
Yeah, that happens sometime.
She just kind of plops the thing down, and then you're gonna roll a perception check.
I don't have a good feeling about this one.
And then you hear a very shrill scream come from outside. Let's go back to Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate.
All right, tell me when you can see the map.
95% loaded.
I gotta get some nighttime music.
Twinkle, twinkle.
Little star.
Little turtle.
Actually, I wonder if this will be better.
Wait, can you change the map to nighttime? Like,
I can.
Oh, shit. What is
better?
Gantash gonna do?
Can you still see?
We're still loading.
Loading into the map.
Still loading. It's
Whoa!
going dark blue for me.
It's so dark.
Whoa!
We can see. It's just.
It's darker, yeah.
Okay. Well, it's
Can't
dark,
see it,
so
it's loading. It's okay. Carry on.
can't.
Oh, I see it
Oh
now.
my god!
Oh, damn.
Is that okay, or do you want me to switch it back?
No, it's beautiful.
Okay. Okay, so you have just seen Klim be taken away. We're gonna carry on from there.
And this thing's talking to me. Is it like, where is it contextually?
Oh.
And can the other people see it?
Yeah, do I get to roll a perception check when I see this?
For the house?
No, for the thing that rolls up my fucking leg.
Oh, sorry. I forgot that I put him there.
Oh, so it's a him putting in notes.
If it's a him, that means he got balls. You can kick him in.
Yeah.
It's only a face, though. I don't know where they are.
So the next thing you hear is a man of Torm. And you would just let him die. I could save him.
Hey, so can Buru and I'm assuming, like, where is this thing? Is it on my shoulder?
It's like it's crawled up to your chest.
So if
And it's just like,
so
Did I see it go though? Like up his leg?
nope. Fuck. You just feel it.
oh, I just feel it.
That's right.
And if I speak out loud, like, how is it speaking to me in my brain?
You just hear it in a whispered voice.
Okay, then I guess I'll try to mind link with it.
Okay. And you hear in your mind, oh, smart old man.
Can I like look down my shirt? Like,
So when you tilt your head down, you see kind of like your clothes is like bundle up in the spots where you can feel like hands or something gripping you, and there's 4 different spots, and then you just see this red face, as was described to you earlier, come up and just stares at you.
because I'm much closer to it. Can I roll to figure out what it is again, or am I?
Yeah, I'll let you do it again.
Fuck. I don't know what I'm rolling, but I rolled a 2.
Religion.
I don't know, like, religion. Then it's a 6.
Yeah, it's still like you're just like, what is this thing? You've been
Okay.
in Elturel and in holy cities and not really come across anything like this.
Okay. And I'll mind link with it. I'll speak with it, and I'll like fix my my robe or whatever, and I'll say, as I like just walk like inconspicuously, like I'm not like nothing's affecting me, you know, like I'm still like normal Gantash. I'll say,
What do you want? What are you?
So many questions right away. Well, consider me a friend, someone who can help.
When I have friends, I know what they are normally. What are you?
So silly.
Buru's my friend. I know he's a bull. That's what he is. He's a bull. What are you?
I thought you were a man of faith. Why don't you just have faith that I'm a friend?
I have a feeling you and I don't believe in the same gods.
Sure I do.
Maybe you don't even believe in gods. Maybe you believe in demons or devils. I don't know. I don't know what you are.
Well, you are very interesting. Well, let me tell you this. All you need to know, Gantash, is that I can save Klim. I can save him right now. Do you want me to do that?
And you're supposed to what? Know who I am and know how I feel and know what I think?
Oh, I know a lot about you.
And you'll know I'll repent for the rest of my life and to feed into your foolish desires.
No. You will repent for saving Klim. Did I hear that right?
Yes.
Sick. So sick. And here I thought you were a man of Torm. Maybe I'll speak with Torm and let him know that you let Klim die. You walked away. So weak-handed. Don't you feel weak letting him die?
It's not Torm I'll have to answer to. And that's between me and my god. I don't do the middleman.
Oh, Torm is a middleman now.
I was talking about you.
What if I'm an angel? What if I'm an angel of Torm?
Then maybe you would have answered me when I said, "What are you?" Because I still don't know.
Well, I thought you were a man of faith, and I was testing your faith. I am an angel of Torm.
Insight check?
Yeah, good. Oh, lemon.
That's going to be
Carrot
11.
cake.
11. 11.
Yeah, so when he says that, yeah. When he says that, you just get a little tickle up the back of your neck. Your hair kind of stands on end. But he sounds confident.
For someone so eager and so confident, I don't know how I am to believe you after only just meeting you for mere minutes.
Well, I'll tell you that I can see Klim right now. And you'll never guess how many blades are in his skin at this moment. It's more than 3.
I'm sure it is.
You have failed, Torm. Don't forget that. You failed Torm. You failed Klim. Oh, and there he goes. Say bye-bye to Klim. And say bye-bye to Mount Celestia. And say bye-bye to Torm. Give me a perception check.
This one's gonna be 23.
Whoa. You can't help but notice as you're like walking forward that the grip on your kind of lower abdomen, so it's almost like there's 4 points of grip. The grip on your lower abdomen is kind of like closer together, like a small creature. Up closer to your pendants, it's much wider. It's like across your shoulders. He just says one more time to you, well, I suppose if there's anything you need in the future, don't forget that I'll be around the corner. Possibly every corner. Just call for me.
I will. Sorry, I will forget.
You'll be calling for me. You'll be begging for me. Don't forget that. I'll have you on your knees, begging.
I'm going to clutch my amulet of Ogma and start praying. And just anytime this creature continues to speak, I'm just going to keep repeating the same prayer. Like I'm done talking with it. Like I'm just going to keep repeating.
Okay, well, luckily for you, when you go to grab the pendant, you feel this.
Hold on. Your mic. You're back.
Switched?
You're back. Hey, you're good.
So when you go to grab for your pendant, you just feel this push and just a push off of your body, and the weight is no longer there.
I'm gonna say like a prayer one more time, and then I'll let go of my amulet.
Okay.
It's like an extra prayer, extra holiness.
Okay. So from the perspective of Buru and Silas, given how dark it is, basically the most movement that you would have noticed is just the drop of the head from Gantash.
Mm-hmm.
Your mic cut out again somehow. Nope, nothing. No.
Nope.
There we go. Oh wait.
Nope.
Oh no. No.
Oh, I
I'm
screwed
the
up
DM
camera.
now. It's okay.
No, I think it fixed. Oh,
It
No,
does
sorry.
automatically fix itself when he's back. So
Sorry. Anyways, so what was I just saying?
you would have noticed the head down.
from my
Yeah,
perspective,
so-
yeah.
Not a whole lot of movement going on other than that, which just seemed natural for such an old guy. But as you make your way along the path here, you do come across a very distinct looking house with a very almost gaudy bright orange roof.
I want to stop outside the building,
Mhm.
and I want to turn to the both of them. I want to say,
If we could, before we take this box, I'd like to pray for Klim, if you guys are okay with that.
Just gonna nod.
I just want to stick out my hands, like we're about to say grace.
What, you want to hold hands?
I'm gonna like shrug my shoulders and grab his arm, put my arm out to Silas.
I'm not. I said what I said, and I stuck out my hands.
Alright, I'm just good. Yeah, just grab your hands.
I'll say, Klim, you're a good noble. May you rest peacefully in the afterlife with your wealth and your knowledge and your bravery. And that may peace find you. And then I'll let go of their hands. Or like, I don't know, whatever the fuck.
And I'm gonna say, well, not all his wealth. We're taking some of it.
Jesus.
Okay.
And I'll tell them that he mentioned the back door was open.
As it should be.
Wow. Whoa.
I'm just kidding.
I guess we'll go in.
Okay. So this house is very strange colors. He forgot to mention the entirety of the outside of the house is the deep navy blue, and the roof is that bright orange color, super stark contrast. Even in the darkness, you can see that it is totally out of place. As you make your way to the back of the house, the street is extremely quiet. There are torches lit on the outsides of some of the buildings, but the kind of back walkway, there's a stone path that leads around to the side of the house. There's no gate. It's just a 2-story house. It's fairly big, definitely big compared to anything you've seen in the lower city, but it's not quite as massive as the villa that you saw earlier. Stone path leads around the back. It cuts the stone path is kind of cut into this grass, this dewy grass, and you find your way to the back door. And as he said, it is totally unlocked.
Buru, would you mind leading?
And I'll just nod because I'm like, it's just quiet. I'm just gonna open the door, I guess.
So when you open the door, there are small sconces inside the house that keep it lit. And the floor plan is very, very open concept. It's very simple. There's nothing but a couple of couches and a wicker chair and a very simple looking kitchen, despite it being made out of almost entirely marble. There's nothing of real note in terms of the floor or anything like that. There are a set of stairs that go up and a set of stairs that go down that are basically directly in front of you.
Upstairs, Buru.
Yeah, I guess I'll go upstairs.
Okay. So at the top of the stairs, you find very strangely a roughly 4 foot by 4 foot landing and just one solid door with an anchor with a dove above it, made of some sort of metal, on a totally blue door with an orange trim to it.
And I'm gonna look at Gantash, like, should I knock?
Oh no. Oh no. Open up.
I'm gonna attempt to open the door.
Okay, it's unlocked. And what you find before you is a massive room, about the same size as the lower level. And right in front of you is this beautiful, large, got to be bigger than a king-size bed, blue blanket, orange sheets, and the pillows have this anchor and dove symbol emblazoned on the front of them. Large wooden pillars kind of holding up the sides of the bed, and just for some reason, just one dresser on the side of the room and a mirror on the other side, nothing else.
I turn to Silas and I point at the anchor with the dove and I say,
Do you recognize this symbol?
Do a history check, I guess.
Sure. Yeah, go ahead. You do, actually. So this is the symbol of a trading company that you've seen before. You don't know exactly what it is, but you know that you've seen it on a couple of ships.
I think this is I've seen it a lot in the shipyard. I think it might be a trading company. I'm not sure which one.
and I'll just look at Buru and I'll point under the bed.
I guess before reaching under there, I'm gonna like look down underneath.
Check for monsters.
Yeah.
Okay. And I guess I'll just do it now. Just roll for initiative quick. No, I'm just kidding.
That is so fucked up.
Boom,
I was going to play it too. Yeah, so you just see in the center of the bed, there's this large iron box. And again, it is like a perfectly zero chipped painted totally blue, except for a handle that you can see on one side and the just clasp on the front.
Oh, guess I'll pull it out.
Okay. It is unlocked, as you can see.
And I guess we're gonna examine what's in it.
Okay. So when you open the box, you even just moving it, you can hear metal kind of moving around inside, tinging against the sides of the box, and it's actually quite heavy. And what you find inside is actually a whole bunch of money, a whole bunch of gold, and there is one large, about 2 inches across, a large gray and black metal rod, and it spans about 2 feet, and it just has so it's totally black, but it has 3 rings, 2 on the outside and 1 in the middle, that are just a gray metal. Seems fairly simple, but attached to it there is a note that says if the competition becomes too much, shut them down with this.
Whoa. What does that fucking mean?
Ooh, I gotta take this. Oops.
Yep.
What does that mean? While he's taking that, can I do like a... Can I do
You just
like
want
a...
to try to figure out what it is?
No. I want to see if like anyone's been in the room. Like I want to do a perception check specifically looking for evil people tampering with the property.
Sure. Give me just give me an investigation check.
At 20.
Really?
Yep.
So unfortunately, what I have to report to you is the most depressing thing. You actually can see like almost like a groove in the wood, like the wood of the floor has been smoothed out from how much this path has been taken, and you just see a straight line to the bed, from the bed over to the dresser, and over across to the other side of the room to the mirror, and then back out the door. So it's kind of like in this pattern here.
Yeah, like he's very efficient, right?
It seems that way.
Yeah.
Can I go over to his dresser and check the drawers?
Yep.
See if there's anything in there.
So I will not make you roll. You may be coming across one of the most boring dudes you may ever come across, but you see perfectly folded in the top drawer, there are basically the same robe 6 times, 3 on the left, 3 on the right. The next drawer down, you see undergarments, 3, 3, and 3. And then in the bottom drawer, you see pants on one side and socks on the other, and they all match each other.
I'm gonna nod to Silas and say, I respect this man.
Yeah, he seems like a fun guy.
He did.
Can I go downstairs while
Sure.
we're waiting? I want to
Sure.
go to the basement.
Okay.
I'm going to tell Gantash, I'm going to go look around rest while... I don't know.
I look at him and I say, be careful. I don't know if we were followed here.
All right. I'll holler for you. Just don't trip down the stairs.
Just lock the back door.
All right. Okay. guess I'll just make my way down the stairs and go to the back door. You know, shut it if we didn't shut it.
Okay.
I guess lock it if there's a lock.
Mhm.
And just make my way down to the basement.
Okay. So you make your way down, and it is also lit just from a sconce just at the back of the room. And you can see along it's just a kind of narrow hallway. It's all made out of stone. It's a little bit colder down here. And you can see that there are 4 giant kegs taller than you on the left-hand side of the room. And on the right-hand side, there is a very, very long, probably 20-foot long wine rack that stands about 5 bottles high. And it just kind of interchanges between 5 and 4, like a crisscross pattern, all the way down. There's only maybe 2 bottles missing from the entire wall.
So it's just rations down here, to my understanding.
Booze, basically.
Booze, yeah. Oh, heavy drinker. I'm gonna take one of the bottles and just grab one of the dustiest ones.
Okay. You don't find a whole lot of dust down here, but you do find one with maybe a tiny little bit of dust. Way near the back, near the bottom, you find about 3 of them that seem kind of similar. And there is a label on them, but it doesn't say any, there's no text, there's just a symbol on it, and it is the symbol of a flower with a grape in the center of it.
Okay. I'm gonna take that one.
Okay.
Take one of those.
Just one?
And yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just one. Before I go back, can I see if there's anything peculiar about down here? No, maybe something I'm missing.
Sure. Roll an investigation check.
This guy seems fishy.
Oh, baby. 2 of them in a row, and it's probably the most boring dude. You see 1 speck of dust in the corner.
Okay. So as you're kind of flipping through the wine bottles, you're like looking through, you're not finding too much. You go and check out the kegs, and you kind of like run your hand along, and you notice that one of them actually, you like tap it, and it doesn't sound quite right. Uh-oh, who do we lose?
Ethan lost internet, he said.
Oh, shit. Anyways, you tap it, and it doesn't really sound quite right. Sounds a little like the wood is different.
Okay. Can I attempt to open it? Oh,
sure. As you inspect further, you grab hold of the tap, and lo and behold, you're able to pull the tap down, and it turns out that it's a latch. So you're able to pop that latch open, and
oh shit, guys.
And you find that it is a almost totally dark room. Do you have dark vision?
I do.
Oh, okay. So this room is not lit. And you can see around the rim of the opening to this thing, there is actually it's like a rim with almost like a glass casing covering what seems to be wine with little holes punctured in the top. And you notice that the smell of wine actually is still quite pungent. But when you walk into the room, you interestingly, you find just a stone, almost like an altar, but it's really just a stone pillar. And on top of that pillar is a bag.
Oh. Is it Simo's bag?
You gotta walk up to it, buddy.
Oh. Can I, yeah, I'm gonna walk up to the bag and can I, investigate it, see what it looks like, what it's made out of maybe?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you can see that it is It's like a knitted bag. There's a very interesting pattern on the front of it. It's quite colorful. There is a what do you call that? Like a strap that's just hanging down off the back of the pillar, and in the on the stone on the front, there's actually a little inscription that says, "In the darkest of waters, not of this world, the greatest gifts can be found."
Ooh.
I'm gonna pick up the bag.
Okay.
Can I open it? See what's in it? If there's anything inside of it?
Sure. So you open it and you see blackness.
Oh. Okay.
You cannot see the bottom of the bag.
Do I know what this item is?
In the darkest waters, not of this world, the greatest gifts can be found. You don't. You do not.
I'm gonna put that bag in my bag. You know, bags and bags.
Okay.
Tarkov. And I'm gonna head back upstairs to Gantash and Buru.
So we were downstairs. There's a
No,
white
he
thing
went
on the
alone.
bag.
He went alone.
I went alone while.
Yeah.
So we're upstairs. We open the
Yeah.
thing. There was that rod.
And money.
What else? What else is there? Just the rod and the.
And
the-
very
and
neatly
gold.
folded robes.
Yes, that's right. And all of his clothes were.
If the competition comes too much, shut them down with this. All right. And that's where we're at.
Yeah, and I came back upstairs and guess I'll show you guys the bag that I found. I found a secret door downstairs, and there was just like a pillar
Oh, I
with this
need.
bag on top. Oh, show it to the group.
Oh, I want to examine the home entirely. I'm looking for. I could have sworn. I just want to. I don't know. Look for something. I guess.
In the poem? Or in the writing, in the note?
No, in the home itself,
Oh, I see.
like on the walls. Do I see anything that stands out?
Outside of what you've basically got in front of you, the drawers were inspected. It was all neatly folded clothes. It is so totally transparent that this guy lived like a very simple, straightforward, but still lavish life. Outside of like the wine that's downstairs, if you end up going downstairs, it is basically as described. It is incredibly boring, this house.
He lived alone.
Yes.
Uh,
yes.
From
yes.
what we've noticed.
He told me.
I mean, there's one big bed. That's what you know.
Are there any pictures? Paintings?
No, the only symbology that you've found is just on the door and on the pillows. There's like barely anything really to look at. Almost intentionally boring.
Yeah, I
It's a
didn't have a lot
it's
of
a
notes
front.
on Klim.
It's a front. And,
Was-
Lemon,
was
are
the
you like
note-
showing us the bag?
Yeah, I come back up and I said I found a secret room and this was in it.
Do I
Nothing else.
recognize this bag from my heavy Candlekeep studies?
I will give you. You know what? I'll let Silas do this too.
Oh,
I will give you both a Arcana check.
yeah.
The DC is going to be high.
Okay.
The DC is gonna be high.
Okay. All right.
Can I roll? I'm gonna roll a d6 too.
Okay.
For my thing. Slash roll.
What did you get?
22, baby. Tell me what it is.
Oh, 14.
So unfortunately, Silas doesn't know what it is, but
Your microphone
Nothing.
changed.
I don't think Ethan's coming back tonight.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I have to make like a thing to like just in case this happens again. I didn't think it would.
Okay, we're good. In your studies, of all things magical and holy, you weirdly came across this book that talked about different containers and vessels, and you recognize this somehow as a bag of holding.
Well, young one, seems like you still have a lot of learning to do. That is a bag of holding.
And what does that mean, old man?
Well, I could fit in there. You could fit in there. Buru could fit in there. We could all just have a tea party. We could have a tea party in there.
How deep is the bag, old man?
Even I can't fathom.
You remember a thing or two about there being a limited air source in there.
We could have a tea party in there, but it'd probably suffocate us at some point. So don't put any pets. No
I
pets.
grab the necklace around my neck.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm contemplating putting it in there.
Okay.
Like, I'll
This is the first time you've grabbed it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, wait, hold on. I need to find.
Wait a second. Just wait a second.
I'm just gonna copy and paste it and send it back to you so it's just updated there.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, perfect. So when you grab it, a loud booming voice shoots through your head, and you kind of can't really see, like your vision goes blurry, and your mind just kind of wanders through this like maze. It seems like this endless maze just in an instant, and you hear this loud voice that just says, "Come home, Minotaur." And then you see these big black horns and this just dark blue face and these bright shining yellow eyes from this huge head that sits in this maze. And then when you let go, you're just back to normal. You did it. You touched it.
Oh, sorry. I thought I was on voice. I'm just gonna let go of the. I'm gonna let go of it and just look around the room and pretend nothing happened. I'm just gonna, my eyes are gonna be wide though.
Okay.
Okay. I'm just gonna say it's a nice bag.
Okay. So what are you guys doing now?
I'd like to inspect the rod, see if there's anything feels magical about it. Like I just kind of want to grab it and like see.
Yeah, it looks like a metal rod.
Huh.
It's like cold, smooth.
Oh, how much money is
tell you
there?
about that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's a good question. So in the time that you're there, I'll say that you guys were able to sort it out. You are now the proud owners of 310 gold.
Whoa.
Oh.
Each.
For each finger that you still have, including Krepe's.
So
We can-
310 total.
We could split this up at the tavern.
Or do we keep this to ourselves?
I wouldn't be okay with that.
Motherfucker, I did more than half the work.
But you can take.
Well, we
the
can put
rod.
it in my bag.
Everybody
Lawful
deserves a
good.
fair share.
We can put it in my bag.
As far as I know, there was
Hold on.
10 gold here.
This, ladies and gentlemen, is how you play a lawful good Minotaur.
Fine.
I
guess
don't
I'm
think that's
gonna-
true.
Tell Silas to, or whoever has the bag, open up the bag, and I'm just gonna like try and slide this big box in there. Oh, actually, let's inspect the robes or whatever. What was in there?
Lemon already did. Lemon already did.
Oh, okay. What was it?
In the dresser?
Oh, was there? Okay, was it in the trunk?
No,
In the
No.
dresser.
it was in the dresser.
Was-
It was just his clothes.
Did it have
was
any
not.
markings or anything?
No, it was the same outfit that he wore just over and over again.
God,
Three
there's
pairs of each.
nothing that stands out. This guy, he's a patriarch. How?
Patriarch.
I think
Patriarch.
I think it's a front.
What? Nani?
None.
Oh, hey. Actually, I'm going to need your input in 4 minutes.
Okay, I guess we'll leave. There's nothing else.
Oops. Okay. Are you guys taking off?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And where are you going from here?
Is when we step outside, is there what part of town are we in? Is it just residential sort of thing? Like, do we notice any like shops or?
Yeah, it's primarily residential. The only things that you can see don't actually have signs on them. They have torches on the outside of the building as though it were like a welcoming kind of business, but you can see that everything's just kind of closed off. It's a very quiet street, nobody really moving around. So if anything looked like a business, it might be with the torches on the outside, but it's all closed down. Everything else just looks like big houses.
Oh, it's getting late too.
Yes.
I think we should head back to the tavern.
Yeah, maybe we leave the upper city.
We can always come back with Lemon's tokens. Or sorry, with Lemon's tokens. I mean Silas.
This might be or not necessarily a retcon, but the big open area, we walked past that, right?
Yes.
I forget what it was described to us as.
Yeah, so that is essentially just like a big courtyard, and there's a small stage that you could see in the distance in the center of it.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I think we should head back. The rest of the group.
Okay. So you're going back kind of the way you came?
Yes. Or
I think we should take it. Let's take our time. Let's go around.
Okay.
I think we go around.
Okay. Like, show me a direction.
Yeah, like what
Means
Simo's
like
doing
that, like-
right there.
Oh, I see. Okay. Okay. So when you make your way around this kind of outer edge here, it seems to primarily be like a business district on the inside of the courtyard. Everything again is closed down. Everything on the left-hand side here as you go is just more of those large residential buildings. It is just a slurry of it's just a slurry of wealth basically on both sides of you. Every about minute you pass by a patrolling high guard.
can we?
And they kind of look at you suspiciously as they go, but they seem to just let you carry on.
Can I check behind us as we're walking to see if we're being followed?
Sure. You do not see anything.
I also don't have the best vision, but
I mean, it's lit. Everything's lit.
Okay. Guess it's off. Off to the gate.
You're going back to the gate?
Guess so.
Okay, and when you get there, you recognize a very similar, very tall guard. And he just kind of looks a little puzzled and just says, huh. Hope you enjoyed your stay. Pleasure to be seeing you out. And he's just staring straight at Buru.
I'm just gonna... My big Minotaur nostrils are just gonna... And I'm just gonna look the other way and walk away.
Easy there, big guy.
So they do let you out. They very quickly close the door behind you. And they, he just says, yeah, don't, feel free to not come back anytime soon, huh?
I'm gonna ignore what he said. Just like keep walking.
Okay.
I'll just say I'll come back as much as I please.
And he goes, yeah. Whatever, just leave your friends at home, sir. Okay, so when you make your way out and you start heading down, you can't help but feel not only the dirt and grime and the stark difference between where you've just come from, but it is way quieter. Way quieter than what you were used to. You look and you see the fissure in the ground is still there. Nobody's really huddled around. And it is dead quiet. Roll perception checks for me, please. Looking for a 10.
I got
Oh god, I can't see.
15. 15.
15? Okay.
Of course, the old man can see in the dark.
So Gantash, you hear a scream coming from over here.
And,
Yeah, sorry.
all right, no. Go ahead.
Krepe, what do you do when you hear the scream?
Tell Alan to hide behind the bar, tell Clink to guard the door, and I run out into the street.
Okay. Ethan, you hear a scream.
Oh man.
Very shrill, very loud scream. As the Tinkerer has finished up his work, and he kind of is like marveling at what he's done. Gets it done fairly quick. He has his money. And as you are kind of small talking with him, as I'm sure Roger would, you hear this scream coming from outside. And what does Roger do?
He didn't install it on my arm, did he? He just made it for me.
Well, you asked him to install it on his arm, on your arm.
Yeah, so it's installed then.
Yes.
Okay, I will thank. I don't have anything else. I don't remember the name. I'll thank him.
Sama.
Sama, that's it. I'll thank Sama, and then I will immediately run out the door towards the scream. While doing so, can I load a crossbow bolt into the thing?
Do you have one?
I have a crossbow.
Do you have a bolt?
I don't know, because I looted the person that had the crossbow.
Okay, I'll give it to you. Okay, so you load.
I don't have my inventory up, so.
Okay, so you load a bolt, and as you're running out, you just hear behind you, "God, I knew it!" And you run outside, and you see a swarm about 5 feet by 5 feet, just piling over themselves, chasing a female civilian. Yoll, you happen to see a very similar scene running towards you in your direction, and you see this massive swarm pile out 4 feet high, just diving over, coming towards you.
I know the answer to this question, but a swarm of what?
Oh, sorry. Did I not say that? Sorry, a swarm of skeleton rats.
Yep.
Sorry, I should have clarified.
No, that's okay. The writing was on the walls.
And
We're on the ground.
What the fuck?
I think that's a good place to end.
We have to. I can't fight.
Yeah.
Because I don't have any of my stuff up, unfortunately.
Tune in next week.
Though I do want to know, just before we
Fuck ExploreNet.
Just before we go, I do want to know from Gantash. Before we go, what does Gantash do at that noise?
I turn to the two lads and I say, "Someone needs our help. There was a scream."
And I'm just gonna charge past Gantash in the direction.
He didn't hear it. You don't know where it's coming from.
No, okay, well,
Where?
I'm a Minotaur. I charge stuff.
Hot or cold?
something red. It made me mad. I don't know why.